Hi there, I'm Liv from Video My Job, and right now I'm here with Dr Ian Williamson. Thank you so much for partaking in this interview. Dr Ian Williamson is one of the keynote speakers for the ATC event today. I have a couple of questions for you.
Please.
So you covered in your speech this morning, you were talking about the disruption to businesses and surviving. You were coming at it more from the point of view from organisations. And I was curious, what does it look like, or what are your thoughts on a successful employee and how they should respond during this volatile and during this climate at the moment?
Well, I think one of the things that I said for organizations is how you frame the situation is very critical. And if I was an employee, many times you might say, well, this disruption might make my job less relevant, it might make my skills less relevant. But the reality is this is just a wonderful opportunity for individuals to embrace that change creates growth. Change creates growth, and there's no growth without that. And so how are ways in which I can take my skill set and apply them in other ways? I've seen myself as being someone in the financial sector. Maybe I have good skill sets in that particular domain, but there are other areas that require financial acumen. Am I being more broad? Can I only limit myself to only thinking about employment within banks, for example? Why not look at opportunities in other sectors that can benefit from having that type of skill set in your organization? From change creates growth. And I think this is one of the ways in which I would encourage an individual at an individual level to embrace this. It just creates more opportunities for you to use your skill set in a wider way.
So thank you so much. And another question, if I may.
Yes, please.
With the current climate, do you think the more traditional ways of recruitment still hold, or do companies now need to go outside of that? Do they need to be more creative and innovative in the way that they do attract their next candidates and the future employees of their company?
Yeah, I think that there's no area has been disrupted more than the way we think about employment and jobs. And I think the fundamental assumption associated with a person who will see a job, fit themselves to that job, and then go out and seek it is just probably not true anymore.
Yeah.
The reality is even the notion of a job and ownership or being committed to an organization is probably not the same expectation we have. I think organizations need to be very fundamental in first saying the talent has won, not the organization. So this needs to be about making ourselves accommodating to the talent as opposed to making the talent accommodating to the organization. And then two, appreciate that the people that you want are not necessarily sitting there pining away trying to figure out ways to join an organization. And how can we make them get more comfortable and form relationships with them? I think the key to talent recruitment is ultimately being in relationship with talent and being where they are, understanding what they want, finding ways to provide that to them, and doing all those things whether they are an employee or not. And then they may later on become an employee if they so choose.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your insights.
My pleasure.
So appreciate your time and your insights today. It was a real pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, my
and
pleasure.
hopefully we can chat a little bit more even after this interview.
I hope so.
Great.
Looking forward to the rest of the conference.
Cheers.
Take care.
Thanks, guys.